I want to talk about the top 50 because it's crazy since these signature events have come about, like how important that is. I mean, you finished 55th this year. You're in a great spot, but that top 50 number, just for the people at home that don't know, like how important is that, considering there's now 9 signature events in 2026.
Yeah, I mean, they got rid of Mexico, which I'm not happy about, and then added another signature event. So,
that's a double shitter.
Yeah. It's at Doral. Get in that one because it helps to hit it really far there.
Yeah. There's, I mean, hopefully I'll, keep inside the top 60 going into next year. So I'll be into AT&T and Genesis. So that'll be good. But yeah, I mean, the top 50 is huge. I mean, not only for planning out your schedule, because then you really get to pick and choose what you're playing and not. You can kind of get into a weird place if you do play well. Not that it's a bad thing, but then you're stuck in between, well, do I take a regular week off or do I play 7 in a row because now I'm into this elevated event? So it's a lot more difficult. And not to mention, if you can just play halfway decent in like 2 or 3 elevated events, it's ridiculous what it does. I mean, now they've changed the point structure and you get a lot of points if you just finish like top 12 or whatever it is. So I mean, a 10th or an 11th in an elevated event is like finishing 3rd in a regular event. So
I know you played 4 of them this year, but and it feels like you've been out on the PGA Tour a lot longer than you have. Like you've played 50 career events. Like it's really not that much. But do you like how this schedule is shaping out and everything?
Not really. No.
Yeah, I haven't heard one person back.
I don't know that anybody does other than the top 10 dudes in the world that seem to be calling the shots. Like, this, shrink everything, more money.
Yeah.
I think
the rest of them figure it out.
You let 200 tee it up and Scotty'd be like, I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's wrong. I think that like the good players are the good players and the guys who aren't. It's just like, I think sometimes it just, you have the one guy who maybe played his way into an elevated event and then kind of backdoors like a 7th place finish and all of a sudden they're 11th on the points list and you're like, what the heck just happened? So I don't know. I don't think there's like a perfect system. I don't think we've quite found that. And I think that's why it's changing so much year to year. I just think we got to like almost look at it and just revamp everything and really look at what we're doing.
It's just hard to keep up for everyone too. Like fans and stuff are asking me, I'm like, actually, I don't know. I think they just changed that. But being a guy that was on the bubble, going into St. Jude, is that the closest feeling resembling Q School, you think now, just where that 50 number, what that 50 number gets?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's like, it's strange. And we talked about it at the beginning of the week with Joe and everything. It's like, this is probably the only tournament all year that you're like, okay with not winning.
Yeah.
Like
weird.
It's like the only event where you're like, 15th is great this week just because of what it does for you the following year. And, I hadn't been hitting my irons all that well towards the end of the year. And unfortunately, that course is just like a mid-iron on every single hole. And so it just kind of outed me on that. But yeah, I mean, it's a totally different mindset going into that week. Cause like, you don't really think about the 50 number cause it can even change so much based on who's tied with who and all that sort of stuff. But, if anything about that week is I hate the fact that it's 4 times points. Cause like last year I was 57 or 8 going into that event. And if it wasn't 4 times points, I finished top 50. And this year it was the exact same thing. And I'm like, it's not really a season long race if you're just going to make it about, same thing in my opinion about the Tour Championship. It's not a season long race if it just comes down to who wins the final event. Like it's just not.
Yeah,
it's not what it
is.
That's
another thing they need to clarify. Are we a playoff? Are we season long? What are we doing here?
Do we just care about excitement around one event, or do we care about rewarding who played the best for an entire season?
If you're going to keep a season-long race on there, you can't say Tommy Fleetwood's your FedEx Cup champion.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and there's one guy, and it was over before it started.
And there's going to be some years where, like, if you want to do the season-long thing, that it's not going to be that exciting come down the stretch. And that's okay. Like, it can still be exciting as to who wins the golf tournament.
They did that, and then they changed to where if you were in the top 5 going into the Tour Championship and you won, you won the FedEx Cup. I'm fine with that.
For sure.
That makes it exciting, and I'm fine with giving out 2 trophies at East Lake.
For sure.
Because that's a season-long race. Like, it's okay. I mean, I always bring up the example of one of the years Rory McIlroy won. He went into a playoff with Kevin Chappell and Ryan Moore, and Dustin Johnson was number 1 going in. And if Chappie or Ryan Moore won that playoff, DJ wins the FedEx Cup. If Rory wins, he wins it.
Yeah.
And so DJ's sitting there just no control watching these 2 guys. And I thought that makes it exciting.
For sure. Yeah. I think that whole like season long thing is just it doesn't make sense at the moment.
Yeah, I think just give 2 different things. Like here's our season long winner. Scotty, you won everything. Here's all the trophies, all the money. We're starting a playoff now. And you're at 0 and you're at 0 and you're at 0 and we're gonna have a playoff race.
Well, I think that would be even better. It's like let's not just have it be about 1 week. Let's make, the FedEx Championship, whatever, like those final 30 guys, let's have them play 4 weeks and reset the points list. And let's just, even then I don't think it's that great. I still think it should be like a season long, because now you're just saying that like, hey, we know you played really well on the West Coast, but like that doesn't matter. And,
I was laughing. I played with Rom today, and 2 holes in, he's like, all you PGA Tour people say our points race sucked. How was this? I was like, whoa. I said they both suck. Yeah. Don't bring me into this.
I mean, it's tough. Like, no matter what decision you make, some people aren't going to like it, and that just is what it is too.